Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to Garage Reviews. I am Raghav Gupta and today I am here to take you through a tour of the new Skoda Kushaq. That means we are going to be giving you a very detailed review of it, talking about all the important aspects, and the timestamps to all the video segments are given in this video as well, so that if you're interested in only a few segments of this video, check out those timestamps and directly move forward to them. And so without any further ado, let's get started. But first, a little introduction to the Skoda Kushaq. The Kushaq has come into the Indian market with a great bang because it is giving competition to one of the highest selling cars in the Indian market, that is the Hyundai Creta and the Kia Seltos. And so that's why in this video we are going to be reviewing the Skoda Kushaq, but I will be giving you the key details in which why this car is better or worse than the Hyundai Creta or the Kia Seltos. So be sure to check out the whole video. Now let's kick off this review from the styling of the Skoda Kushaq. Front and clear in the center of the car, we first off get the Skoda logo given just above the grille. And the grille in this car is the traditional butterfly grille that we get in every other Skoda car as well, which in my opinion looks very nice, especially in the black and the chrome combo that it has been given in this car. Looks absolutely amazing. Talking about the headlamps in this car, now Skoda this time around is calling them the crystalline LED headlamps, which are supposed to be very good in terms of lighting, and they look absolutely gorgeous as well. We have the DRLs of these headlamps running right around below these headlamps in a J's type of pattern, which looks very nice. Now the unique characteristic of the Kushaq that I really like is that this may look like a divided headlamp over here, but no, actually the headlamp is given in the top part itself, but this below is actually the fog lamp. Now the fog lamps in any other car would be located right around over here, but the Skoda Kushaq has given them over here, which gives them a very appealing look. And if you talk about the overall look of this car, it is very bold, and definitely, especially in this polo red color, it is absolutely going to have a crazy road presence on the road. Now, how the styling of the Kushaq actually compares to the Hyundai Creta or the Kia Seltos, that I think comes down to personal preference. What do you guys think? Tell me in the comments down below. Now, coming to the side profile of the Kushaq, it is like any other family SUV. Simple yet very striking. For example, if you talk about the alloy wheels in this car, we get 17-inch Atlas alloy wheels, which Skoda calls it, and I think they have a very intriguing design. Now with the simple look of the car, they've given a very intricate alloy wheel design, which I think is a very bold choice, but I personally like it. Talking about the front fender over here, we have the red and black combination with the Skoda embossing given on top of this part over here. And moving back over here, you can see we have a perfect use of chrome. It's not too overdone, nor is it too less. For example, if you see, the chrome in this car is given below the window sills over here and on the middle part of the door handles, which gives this car a very premium look. And I think that is what people are definitely looking for if they are buying a Skoda car, because of the premium look and the build quality. Now the build quality is something that we are going to be talking about just after this. But anyways, in terms of styling, I think it looks very nice, and the addition of the sporty roof rails in this car is a great addition, giving this car an extra bit of practicality and sportiness at the same time. Coming to the rear end of the Skoda Kushaq, you can see it is very simple. In terms of badging, we have the Skoda badging given all along the trunk side of this car, and a smaller Kushaq badging just given above the chrome stripe that goes around the whole trunk of this car. Once again, the use of chrome is very limited, and it is absolutely correct. Nor is it overdone, nor is it too little. But in terms of other things, for example, the roof of this car, it actually extends a little bit outward, giving this car a little bit of a spoiler look, once again complementing the sporty characteristic of the car. And the tail lamps of this car are given in the same fashion in the front, and that is the crystalline LEDs are continued to the rear of the car as well. And that's pretty much it for the exterior of the car. Now let's move on in the interior, which is something that I think that you guys will definitely like. Now the interior of the Skoda Kushaq is absolutely drop dead gorgeous. I love it, especially the steering wheel of this car. I mean, going with the two-spoke design is very risky and a bold choice, but I think that Skoda has pulled it off really well. I mean, the whole look of it is such an amazing look. The whole vibe of the steering wheel is also very nice. For example, you have this leather wrap steering wheel with chrome inserts over here and chrome scroll wheels over here. It's the perfectly built steering wheel, and I think it looks absolutely gorgeous. Everything else in this car is in the same fashion as well. Even if you move over here, you can see we have this gloss black look over here alongside this very uniquely styled design over here, which is continued throughout the whole car. For example, if you see on the dashboard area over here, even in the doors over here near the door handles, you can see the same kind of design, which is great attention to detail. And another thing that I like about the attention to detail is, for example, if you see around this AC vent, there is this chrome bar that extends around, which is actually given alongside the handle, which is used to control the AC vent. That is actually continued to the whole other side as well. And even if you see the AC vent on the driver's side, that chrome bar continues over here as well and meets the handle to control the AC vent, which I think is great attention to detail. Overall, I absolutely love the interior, and without a doubt, at least in my personal opinion, I can say the Kushaq has a much better interior than both the Kia Seltos and the Hyundai Creta. That is in my opinion. What do you guys think? Tell me in the comments down below. Now I'm going to start the features of this car from the steering wheel. It is a multi-functioning steering wheel. As you can see, we have buttons on this part of the steering wheel for controlling this display. We have buttons on this side for controlling this display, which we will be coming back to in a moment. Right now, let's talk about some other features in the center console. We have a completely touch AC control in this car. You can see we have everything in form of touch buttons, which is really cool. But I think one of the best advantages of a touch system like this one is that you can actually swipe on it. For example, in other cars, if you have to turn up the fan or turn up the temperature in the AC, you actually have to keep pressing a button. But in this car, because it's touch, you can actually just swipe. And as you can see, I am changing the fan speed, which is really cool. Similarly, on this side, I just have to swipe and I can change the temperature of the AC. Now this makes things so much easier and much more time saving as well. And this, I think, is one of the best use of a touch AC control, which Skoda has made use of. And now, related to keeping stuff cold, we actually have ventilated seats in this car as well, with two settings, that is high and low. And I think that is a great feature, and we get this feature in both the front seats, that is for the driver and for the passenger side seat in this car. Once again, a very cool feature. Next up, moving on front over here, you can see we have an IRVM in this car, which is auto dimming, a great safety feature once again. And you do not have that manual clip, it actually does it automatically. That's why auto dimming. And then actually moving on to the roof in this car, we have a sunroof in this car, which is absolutely amazing, a great feature to have, especially going on long road trips. And you can actually control it from this over here. And once again, related to safety features in this car, it has a anti-pinch system as well. So if you're closing and you have your hand in between, it's actually going to sense it and then move back as well, so that it does not hurt your hand in any form of way. This, I think, is a great safety feature. But anyways, let's close this up, and then you can actually turn this up through manual controls as well. Now the only drawback to what I see in this is that it's not panoramic. It's just given in the front side over here, and it's a completely glass roof. And this, I think, is one of the drawbacks. The only reason being because the Hyundai Creta has it. Now one major reason for why people actually prefer the Hyundai Creta even over the Kia Seltos is because it has a panoramic sunroof, and the Kia Seltos does not offer it. And in this car, you say the same story. This car does not have a panoramic sunroof, whereas the Hyundai Creta does have it. But anyways, in terms of other features, we have a 6-speaker Skoda sound system in this car, which I am very keen to know how it sounds, which I will be making a separate video on, just for focusing on how the sound system in this car is. So once again, if you haven't yet subscribed, I suggest you push that subscribe button, because that video will be out very soon. Anyways, now let's move on to the big things in this car, and that is the displays. We have a driver display in this car, usable and controllable from this side, and then we have an infotainment display over here. Now using this, we have this scroll wheel to control it, and then pressing this is actually also the OK button, and then we have these two buttons for controlling the mode. For example, right now it's on music, but no device has been connected, nor is the FM playing. That's why it's saying no device is connected. But then if you move on further, you can see we have telephone. Once again, very standard. It's for making any calls or seeing whose call is coming, and you can connect your phone. Right now my phone has been connected, so that's why it's saying Raghav's phone. And then moving further, we have the vehicle status in this car, which is all the alerts in this car. Right now the range of this car is absolutely 0. That's why that's the only alert, and that's why you can see 1 of 2. And if there had been any other kind of problem in this car, that would have shown up on this display. And then last but not the least, we have another display, and that is for the driving data. Once again, pressing on that, you can see the real-time fuel economy of the car. Right now the car is not running, that's why it's showing a couple of dashes. Then we have the real-time speedometer. Once again, the car is standing still, that's why it's showing 0. Then we have the average speed of the car. We have the distance the car has been driven since its refuel. So since the car has been refueled, it's been driven 15 kilometers. Then we have the travel time of the car, and then we have the range of the car, we have the average fuel economy of the car, and then once again back to the real-time fuel economy. So that is about the driver display in this car. And about their instrument cluster, if we talk about that, we have the tachometer given over here in the typical Skoda style. If you see, it's given in the form of 0, 10, 20, 30, and not a 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 in other cars. So it's the typical Skoda style tachometer. We have the engine oil temperature gauge over here, we have the speedometer over here, and the fuel meter gauge over there. So overall, this driver instrument cluster is very useful, and I think will come very handy to the driver. But anyways, the next display in the car is this one. Now I have given a very detailed review of this display in a separate video, which is already live on the channel, so I will link that video in the description down below. Go check that out. I have talked about every single thing, how user friendly this is, how responsive it is, what all the contents of this display is. Everything in a very detailed review is in the link in the description down below, so go check that out if you want to see a detailed review of this. So those were all the features of the Skoda Kushaq, but there is one sneaky thing that Skoda actually did, and people are not noticing that, and that is related to the window controls of this car. If you move down over here, now there is a very standard feature in all Skoda cars, and that is one-touch window controls. And if you see, the driver in this car has one-touch window controls. I'll just press the button and the window is rolling down. I'm not even pressing it. And similarly, the window is rolling up. I'm not even pressing it, but the window is still rolling up because I just pressed it once. But this feature was given in all 4 windows of any Skoda car till date, but not in the Skoda Kushaq. You can see I do not have that feature in the Skoda Kushaq. You can see it's not working for the other 3 windows in this car. So that is one sneaky little thing that Skoda did. Not a deal breaker, but it is something that you need to keep in mind. Now, one of the most important things that a person thinks of while buying a car is safety. And Skoda has thought of that as well. Skoda is one of the leading manufacturers in terms of safety, and I have no doubt in that. The amount of safety features that they've given in the Kushaq is outstanding. I'll give you a list on your displays right now, and you can see the sheer amount of safety features that Skoda has thought of given in the Kushaq, so that the customers who buy the Kushaq are really safe on the road. Now, in terms of safety rating, the Kushaq has not yet been tested for that, but a few news articles would easily tell you this car has no doubt in getting 5 and 5-star rating because of the sheer build quality and the safety features that the car has been equipped with. I mean, even if you just look at the build quality, just the thud of closing the door and opening the door in this car, the weight of the door in this car would easily tell you and give you a small little glimpse of how good the build quality in this car is. It's absolutely amazing. And I have no doubt in saying that, in my personal opinion, the Skoda Kushaq has a much better build quality than the Hyundai Creta or the Kia Seltos. And I have no doubt in that. Now, starting up with the practicality in the Kushaq, we're going to start with the glove box. Opening the glove box, you can see it is actually a very large glove box. Without any problem, you can store a lot of stuff in this, and I'm pretty sure that you're not going to face any problems over here. One big thing is that, and a great feature is that it's actually cooled as well, so that is something that I do like. Overall, storage wise, not a problem. So moving on to the center console, we have a very deep storage cubby over here. You can keep a lot of stuff without any problem. For connectivity, we have 2 USB Type-C ports, which is a great thing, and you can charge your mobile phone through that. And if your phone supports wireless charging, you can wirelessly charge your phone through here as well. You have a 12-volt charging socket over here for any other kind of accessory. Moving behind the gear lever, we have this storage cubby, which I think is for keeping your key, and as these two keys are attached, I think I can fit them over here as well. So yeah, you can fit the keys in this compartment over here, and then you have this small little coin holder over here. Moving behind, we have two cup holders and this one small little space in between them for some reason. And then last but not the least, we have once again another key or coin holder over here. But then the armrest in this car, which is actually adjustable as well, which is a great thing, but you can open that to reveal a very large storage cubby, and in terms of storage, I don't think you're going to have a problem in this part over here. Talking about door pockets in this car, they are very large, easily one of the largest that I've seen in some car. You have a bottle holder over here and then magazine / newspaper holder over here. But then one good thing is that you actually have an elastic band to keep those magazines and newspapers intact with the door. In terms of practicality in the rear seats, we actually have seat pockets behind these seat covers for the passenger and for the driver's side seat, which is very standard in all cars. And then we actually have two Type-C charging ports over here, which is really good to see. And then if we move on to the doors in this car, you can see we have very large storage pockets over here as well. One dedicated bottle holder along with a newspaper / magazine holder over here. And then to see the cup holders in this car, we actually have to put down the armrest, which is in the middle seat of the car, but then you have two storage cubbies in terms of cup holders given over here as well. Now coming to one of the most important parts of our practicality session, which has to do with the trunk of the Kushaq. First of all, let's talk about opening this trunk. We have two ways, that is from the key fob or a request sensor given underneath over here, and it is not an electronic tailgate given the price point of the car, which is completely fine. But once you do look inside this car, it is a fairly standard trunk and you can absolutely get a lot of stuff over here without any problem. It's a 385 liter space of trunk. With two hooks given on this side. You can see one hook on this side and another hook on this side, and then you also do get a cargo tray in this car. Once you unhook it from here, you can see we can remove these pillows, and this is sturdy enough to actually hold some stuff on its own as well. So if you do want to carry some stuff in your Kushaq, it is very well capable of that. Now there is one thing that you do need to keep in mind, that the Hyundai Creta and the Kia Seltos both get a 433 liters of boot space, and in this car you get a 385 liters of it. And now let's talk about one of the most important parts of any car, and that is comfort. Now sitting inside the Skoda Kushaq, my first impressions are that these perforated leather seats are very comfortable. They have this cutout over here for like a bucket type seat, and I think that is very good. Supports the sporty character of the car and then helps in a lot of grip as well. In terms of driver comfort, we actually have a steering wheel which can be adjustable however you like, which I think is really nice. And being the front seats, obviously we can move the seat back and forth, the backrest back and forth, and then also adjust the seat height of the car as well. Then again, a very good thing. Now if we compare this to its competitor, for example the Hyundai Creta, in the top variant of that car, the SXO, you actually get all of this in automatic controls, but in every other variant of the car you get normal seat controls like the Skoda Kushaq. It's only in the top model that you get automatic, and that too just for the driver's side seat. But anyways, if you talk about the comfort itself in the Kushaq, I don't think that you're going to have any kind of problem sitting in these seats. They're very comfortable, very soft, and going in a long road trip in this car is absolutely going to be amazing. Coming to the rear seats of the Kushaq, you can see I was just sitting in the front side seat and I adjusted it according to me, and I am pretty tall, 6 feet 1 to 1.5. So I'm pretty tall, and even when I come to the rear seats, I have about 3 or 4 inches of legroom in the rear seats, which I think is absolutely amazing. A lot of space. In terms of headroom as well, I have about 3 or 4 inches. For once again a 6 feet 1 person, that is absolutely a lot of space, and without any problem I can say that space in this car is absolutely massive. The seat material is obviously going to remain the same as the front ones. They're the same seat material in the rear as well, so they are very soft, comfortable over here as well. Moving into the middle seat of this car, the transmission tunnel in this car is there, but it's very small, so I don't think there's a big problem over there as well. I can keep both my feet on the transmission tunnel as well, or if I want I could split my legs as well over here. This middle seat comfort as well is very nice, almost the same as the side seats over here. So even if you are an adult who wants to sit in the middle seat, I don't think you will complain for a short period of while. It's for long periods like 5 or 6 hours that sitting in that seat would start being a problem. Other than that, it's completely amazing. Now, in this car you do not get the sun blinds, which I think is a small little drawback, but if they would have given that, I think this comfort would have been absolutely appropriate. I mean, if they have given ventilated seats for the front, which is an absolutely amazing feature, they should have given sun blinds as well. But anyways, it is what it is. Now time to talk about the pricing of the Skoda Kushaq. Now, like I said, the biggest competitors of this car are the Hyundai Creta and the Kia Seltos, and so that's why the pricing of this car is roundabout in the same ballpark. But what exactly the pricing is, I am going to show that on your screens right now, so take a good look. Pause the video whenever you like. Right, now that you've seen the pricing, it's time to talk about the verdict on the Skoda Kushaq. Now, I haven't yet driven the car, but I will be in a separate video. In that video, I'm just going to focus on the performance, mileage and the driving dynamics of the Skoda Kushaq. And it feels wrong for me to give a verdict on the car without actually driving this car, because Skoda cars are actually known for their safety and driving. So that is why the final verdict will be given in the driving review that I give of the Skoda Kushaq. Right now, based on features and whatever I explained in this video, I can say that the Skoda Kushaq is doing very well, and it is a very capable competitor to the Hyundai Creta and the Kia Seltos. In my personal opinion, if you are in the market for a compact SUV like this, definitely consider the Skoda Kushaq as well. It is an absolutely fantastic car. And there is one thing that I can say for absolute sure, and that is, just by opening the door of this car, you would know the type of build quality that the Skoda Kushaq is giving and how it actually compares to the Kia Seltos or the Hyundai Creta. It is absolutely out of this world. So that's for what I had to say in terms of verdict in this video. The final verdict once again will be given in the driving review. But anyways, that is all for this video, guys. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please give us a thumbs up. Comment down below what your favorite part about the Kushaq was, or what you think about the Kushaq. Share this video as much as you can, and a subscribe to this channel would be absolutely amazing, because it gives me motivation to create more such content just like this for you guys. Also, a few other videos like the sound system review and the driving review are going to be out really shortly, so subscribe for that as well. Thank you for watching this video, guys. I'll see you in the next one.